Hey guys, it's Isla and slide to the left. So two things that I quickly want to get out of the way because I haven't been here in a month and I'm a bad person. Firstly, I had an absolute nightmare last week because I sent them a parcel of my clothes that didn't fit in my suitcase to uni and it got lost in the post. Cry every day. So currently clothing is a very sensitive topic to me and I've been basically rebuying the whole of my wardrobe. So I guess the only good side is I'm trying to create this new edgy look for me. Don't know if it's working, but we'll see. Clothes are arriving today, so hopefully they're nice. And secondly, some of you may know, YouTube changed the rules on ad revenue so that you can only earn money if you have over 1,000 subscribers. And if you look down below, that doesn't apply to me. Obviously I'm not on YouTube because of the money, because I'm earning pennies anyway, but if you're feeling nice, just subscribe so we can start a profit. Right, on to today's video. So basically, about a year ago, I passed my driving test. 29th of February, I think it was. Did last year even have a 29th of February? I don't actually know, but it was the last day of February. I passed my driving test for the first time with 3 minors. Can't remember what they were, but clearly I was safe enough to drive for some reason. Since then, I'll be honest, I haven't actually been driving that much because, you know, insurance is expensive and like I live in the centre of my city, so kind of a pointless situation. But as they say, it's basically like riding a bike, you never forget. So I started my driving lessons in August of 2016, so I had about 6 months of lessons on and off. So yeah, enough about the facts. Today I'm here to tell you a bit about my experience with driving lessons, which, yeah, it was interesting. Obviously I'm going to keep everything anonymous, but most of the story is to do with my driving instructor. Hopefully she's not going to watch this. She won't know what this is. I'm kind of worried anyway, but this video may be deleted, so if you're watching it now, feel privileged because this may be gone. So I got along with my driving instructor really well, I'm not gonna lie. We had some really good conversations and clearly she did her job. She taught me how to drive. I passed first time. Miracle and a half. But I'm not gonna lie, I would not recommend them to someone else because, you know, a lot of the time when I did something wrong, she would slam the brakes down. That's cool, that's absolutely fine. She wants to save us. I don't want to die either. But while slamming the brakes, she would also scream very loudly into my ear, swear quite a bit, and tell me that I was going to kill her, which, I don't know, I don't think that's a normal situation. Like, hit me up if that is, but I'm not so certain. Also, on my way to my actual test, when I was obviously very, very scared that I was gonna fail because I'd done about 6 practice tests with her and failed every one with at least 3 majors and 10 minors. So on the way to the test centre, she suddenly got really annoyed at me and said, "To be honest, Tyler, you're not gonna pass this exam because you're not safe enough to drive on the road." Thanks, dearie. So to be honest, I don't actually know how I passed that test because I was so scared and did not have the support behind me, it seemed like. So I really thought I was going to fail. So very, very surprised that I didn't. I don't want to label, but the behaviour was very, very bipolar because sometimes she'd be very, very nice and then suddenly switch to this really aggressive person, and it was a very confusing time. Not gonna lie, I was absolutely relieved to have passed my test first time. 1, because obviously I didn't want to have to take it again. 2, so I didn't have to see her anymore. Onto my test. That was an interesting experience and a half. I actually thought I'd failed about 3 minutes in because when we crossed the line, that means you started the test. Immediately after that, you get to a roundabout. And one of the things I knew I wasn't so good at is being like confidently going out into the roundabout and just like going for it. So while this was playing in my mind, I decided to just go for this relatively small gap, but not too small, okay? So I went into the gap and the car that was coming round the roundabout behind suddenly beeped at me and I was like, I'm done, I'm dead. No, that's another 100 quid down the drain. So I think that meant I did the whole of the rest of the test very like, come on, let's try and redeem myself, which obviously is not a thing that happens. Like, if you fail your test at the beginning, you can't pass at the end. But for some reason, my brain was like, yes, let's make myself better. And so when I came to the end and he was like, you've passed, clearly I looked very, very shocked and confused. And the examiner said to me, you didn't think you passed because of the beeping, right? And I was like, well, yeah, because what does that mean? And he just goes, yeah, there was definitely enough room. He was just being a knobhead. Okay, cool. So yeah, apparently the driver that beeped at me was being a knobhead because I was a learner and he didn't want me to pass. So if you're out there, man who beeped at me, or woman, I'm not sexist, you wanna tell me why? You wanna tell me why that happened? Because just saying, I passed anyway without your distractions. Anyway, so that was my test experience. Another thing I want to say is, like, I didn't tell anyone at school or like family friends that I was taking the test. The only people that knew were my parents and my crazy driving instructor. I told my friends I was taking the test. I just didn't tell them what day it was on. So basically I've been told not to tell anyone just in case I failed, and then it was really awkward. So for a while I had loads of people asking me like when it was. To be honest, it was a really good feeling just like walking into school one day with like a driving certificate and everyone was like, I didn't even know you had a test booked. I don't feel like I have anything else to say. I really thought this was going to be a really long video, but turns out I'm really bad at telling story times. Once again, please subscribe because I want money and I'm not afraid to say that. Second of all, hello to all you new people that have found my channel because people keep finding it now, which is not exactly fun, but I'll deal with it. That's all I have to say about that one. Okay, yeah, cool, sick, goodbye. Whee!